Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the weekly IWM report. That is the Russell 2000 ETF for the week of Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, President's Day week. The markets were closed on Monday. Please click like each and every time you watch new content that's been uploaded to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It does help us out a great deal. I need to let you know that starting next week, we go into a paid format on really all of our regular analytical videos. Now, there will be more content that we'll be putting out YouTube, but it will not be the weekly IWM or DIA or weekly Bitcoin report or daily SPY or daily Triple Q. They all go into a paid format. I think we're keeping our pricing very reasonable. If you want to continue watching the weekly IWM, that's a $25 package that includes the weekly IWM, the weekly DIA, the weekly Bitcoin report, and all of the stock picks that we put out throughout the week, usually 2 or 3 a week stock picks. All of that for $25 a month. And then if you want to add the SPY, the daily SPY, to that, that would be $40. If you wanted to add the daily Triple Q to that, it's $50. Our total maximum package is $50 a month. I'm just kind of giving you the breakdown. I hope you come on board. I do think it's worth it, but that's my opinion, of course, might be a little biased. But I do think from an analytical perspective, we provide good analysis for the money. Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't know, and I'll finish with this thought. I'm just thinking out loud that Tuesday, March 1st is when we go paid. So what to do about our Monday release of these videos, the weekly videos? I think, yeah, they'll probably be free next week now that I think about it. But the following week they go paid. I'm talking weekly IWM, DIA, and Bitcoin. Anyway, let's take a look at the charts. You're familiar, if you've been watching the weekly IWM, that we tested a long-term support level about a month ago at 192.78 this week, that former long-term channel top that had been an initial target, and it still may be the ultimate sort of target in that it can contain selling for the year. And from here, we can claw our way back and even put out new all-time highs over the months ahead. And that was just over the last couple of months we put out that all-time high. So that's kind of the bigger picture. Now, I have mentioned, and you're probably aware of this, how if you're disregarding that long-term channel top at 192.78 and just going with pure, simple, sort of congestive technical dynamics, we spent about a year inside that 207.21 to 244.46 area. The congestive range of it was narrower. I'm just going to throw out there probably more like 215 to 235 was kind of that range that we'd spent a lot of time in. And so we broke the bottom of that range. And when you do so, you often reduplicate that range to the downside. So that would be 169.96. 173.39 is the 2018 high, and 170.08 is the 50% downside retracement from the March 2020 low. AB is what I'm showing here on this chart. So there's a lot going on in the very upper 160s, the low 170s. That is still potentially in reach. And so if we close below that 192.78 channel top at the end of this week, then I do think you should expect the upper 160s, low 170s within, I'm just going to guess, about 3 to 5 weeks. By the end of March, we should test that lower area where, once again, we can put out an annual low, possibly longer than that. I don't see this thing just falling apart. I think that would be about it for the year. And once again, it's a 3 to 5 week objective, the lower 170s, if we were to close this week below 192.78. Let's take a look at the upside. We have a pretty well-defined channel top this week at 205.82, dropping weekly. I think this is our big pivot point, really, through March and really into Q2. Holding below that, we should retest that 192.78 long-term channel top over the next few weeks, and possibly, I showed that 207 what was that, 207.21 area. That's just an extreme point. There's really nothing technical about it, despite the fact it's been holding the highs pretty well the last couple of weeks. I think really our resistance, our meaningful resistance into Q2, I say, is 205.82. So holding below it, that 192.78 former long-term channel top in reach again over the next few weeks. And in fact, holding below 205.82, I think the next strong sort of support is in that lower 170s. Whether we reach it or not is really dependent on whether we close below 192.78. So how do you play this? Just know that if you're long IWM, that I don't think you can expect any immediate gratification, that is to say through March and into Q2, until we close above 205.82. Until then, this market is bound to retest 192.78 and may well continue all the way down to that low 170s area that I showed earlier. So 205.82 is the pivot point. And if we close above it, I think we've got not only a good low through March trade, but really through the second quarter. Because closing above 205.82, I think over the next 2 to 3 months, we should rally up to the 238.36 channel top. There's a new channel top based on the low from about a month ago. On the way up, this familiar 217.96 former channel bottom is likely to become, I'm going to say, a 1 to 3 week objective. If we close this week above 205.82, we could get in trouble there for several weeks and fall back perhaps to the 205.82 descending channel top. But I think that the 205.82 is a pretty meaningful upside pivot point into the second quarter. I would expect mere hesitation at 217.96. Closing above 205.82, I will hold to a 238.36 longer-term target that is likely to be realized within 2 to 3 months, where we could top out on a quarterly basis. And then that is also our significant upside continuation point into later year if settled above. I think that pretty much summarizes it for the IWM this week. Please click like each and every time you watch the weekly IWM report. And once again, over the next week or two, it goes paid. And I really hope you come on board. We do allow cancellation any time. And, we don't hold any long-term commitments. So consider that. And I guess that's all I've got for this week's IWM. The daily video you just watched will require a paid subscription to WickedStocks.com beginning Tuesday, March 1st. Become a WickedStocks.com premium member to continue receiving our daily SPY report, our daily Triple Q report, our weekly DIA, IWM, and Bitcoin reports. Monthly subscriptions start at $25 a month. If you're not ready to become a premium member, I encourage you to become a basic member for free, which will alert you once these analysis videos become part of our paid subscription plan on March 1st. We will continue to offer free and valuable content on YouTube, though it will not include the series of videos mentioned earlier. We hope you become a WickedStocks.com premium member. We offer a 7-day free trial, and cancellation is allowed at any time.